guys? This is Bruce from Fatum with Neon Owl on the Groove Cruise right now.
Hey everybody, I'm Ken.
This is Elaine.
We are here with Neon Owl
Neon Owl.
on the ship in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean on Groove Cruise. And I'm here with Bruce Karlsson of Fatum.
What up, what up?
And how are you doing?
Good, man, good. Good to be back on the cruise. You know, it's, good vibes.
How many times have you been here on the cruise?
Second time now.
Okay,
So,
when
yeah.
was I missed the last one. I've been on 5 or 6 Groove Cruises.
Jeez.
So when did you come?
The one before COVID.
Okay,
So,
I missed
yeah.
that one. So how was that?
That's what made me want to come back. You know, so I think I'm pretty much gonna want to come back every year.
Oh my
You
gosh,
know,
let's make
so-
it happen. You heard it,
Hell yeah.
Jason. You heard it,
Please.
Skeeter.
Please.
All right, so question here. So it is safe to say that y'all have very, very well earned your position in the music industry. I mean,
Thank you.
you've been nominated for Grammys, you release on all the big labels, the festivals, Groove Cruise. Yeah, how do you look forward and keep wanting to progress, I guess is the proper way to say it?
I guess, pretty much exploring all different types of genres. You know, I feel like that's the the biggest way. I mean, I have like a solo project on the side that I can kind of, you know, delve into. You know, I was doing the whole bass stuff, you know, trap and all that kind of stuff for a minute.
Which I like.
And then, there you go. You know, so I did that, and you know, came back to trance, and you know, it, you know, kind of formed into, you know, being able to take a lot of that sound into, you know, the stuff that I do today. And I feel like that's, I guess, pretty much kind of the biggest contribution towards, you know, trying to evolve, you know, music.
Absolutely, no, yes.
Is there a specific type of music that you're inspired by more, like personally?
To be honest, I don't really listen to that much music.
You
I
don't?
honestly don't. I'm dead serious. No,
That is
like,
weird.
People will find out that like I listen to music, but like, you know, if I'm driving around somewhere, I'll just put on Discover Weekly for a minute and just see what, you know, what comes up. But most of the time, I kind of don't listen to anything until I start working on music. Then I'll like listen to something beforehand, and usually, you know, it depends on what I'm working on. So if, you know, if it's something trance, then I'll, you know, try to find some like Eric Prydz references, or you know, Bomer, you know, whatever, you know, something to, you know, mix up a bit, and I'll dive into some bass stuff just to, you know, mix it up a bit and see what, you know, I can find, experimental stuff, whatever, you know, just gets my brain moving. So
Yeah. What's something you're working on recently that hasn't? Some teasers, if you may.
Let's see. Well, we've been doing the whole 90s throwback thing, so we're trying to make an original remix right now for the whole 90s throwback, and then eventually go into an actual original 90s kind of vibe, you know, for that whole theme that we're trying to do right now.
Okay.
So yeah.
Cool.
So y'all are a trio. Being that y'all been together so long, I believe since 2015.
Yeah.
How do y'all stay together?
Good business, and good friendship. You know, like we have a really solid like foundation basically. Like it works super well. Like we're super transparent. You know, you know, we have a lot of communication, in which, you know, it's super important for any group. But you know, there's a lot of groups I feel like that fall apart, and I feel it's just a lack of something. You know, and right now we have absolutely everything. You know, everything's covered. So
Yeah.
You know.
How would you think you each describe the other person in like 2-3 words? Like, what would they say about you? What would you say about them? You know, if you were to describe
What
yourself.
would they say about me? And
Yeah.
Damn.
You got, you know,
Question.
yeah. It's like, you know.
I would say Chad's boss man, Dan's, I want to say Dan's like the opposite of me a little bit.
Okay.
A little bit more.
Okay.
A little more like he'll be fine. He's a little more reserved, but at the same time, you know, like super creative. You know, not saying I'm not creative. I think I am. I don't know. Maybe I'm
Maybe
not.
just a little
Maybe
bit.
just a little bit.
I mean, yeah.
But, yeah, I'm you know, I guess they'll tell me I'm the more out, you know, going out and, you know, partying a little bit here and there, but
A little bit here and there
bit
on
here.
Groove Cruise. We'll see.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So y'all just released that EP out, Shapeshifter, in December there. Being that you don't listen to music, as you say, what were your inspirations for that EP?
A lot of Eric Prydz, a lot of what were the other tracks? I want to say, we dived into a lot more techno stuff. Dan, that's usually Dan's lane. Like he absolutely loves techno. And I don't mind techno. I just like I don't listen to it all the time. So, but the thing is, when I go to a live show and I get to hear it, I appreciate it more and I understand it, a little bit more. And also, it's still kind of a bit of a new world for me because I've, the sound specifically, all the sound designing, I've never really dived into that specifically. So when Dan sends me all these references, I'm just like, oh, okay, like I know how to make this. I just never really did it. And then, and now I'm taking, from all my past stuff and just kind of combining it together. That's where I kind of get all the inspiration for that.
So of all the tracks, which one's your favorite on that EP?
Ooh.
Radiant.
Radiant?
Okay.
Why is
Actually,
that? Why is that?
Either Radiant or Seeking Blue. Actually.
Seeking Blue is my favorite.
There's something about Seeking Blue that even like Dan didn't like it actually at first. He was like, honestly, I don't think it's gonna like smack. And I'm like, but every time he played it over and over, he's like, I don't know why, but I'm growing onto this track.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm telling you, there's something about it that's super sick. It makes me feel like I'm listening to like Snowboard Kids or something, like from that old video game. But yeah, that one and Radiant just that hits hard. But
Seeking Blue, it's my favorite on that track.
Nice.
So I have a curated Spotify playlist. It's on the list.
Nice. Hell yeah.
So of all the years that you guys have been together, what has been some favorite moments, either for the heart or for accomplishments wise?
Twitch. I feel like our Discord fam. I think that's a big moment for us because like we literally when COVID hit, we kind of were like, all right, well we got no gigs now, so let's kind of figure out what we got to do. So we started doing Twitch and grew a whole new like kind of like fan base, and a whole big Discord community, which even are downstairs too.
That's
like,
crazy.
So it's
they probably
nice
came here just for you.
It's honestly it's amazing to actually just go to any show and just like have like fam with you all the time. So we have like literally like the whole army that's just like there for us, and which we are absolutely grateful for.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, like, how did you guys cope with that? Obviously, a lot of things happened or didn't happen during COVID. What did you guys do aside from stream that kept your mind right?
Honestly, just streaming and making a bunch of music. That's literally all we could do. We didn't have any other way.
So I went to see probably your last show, if not the last one. It was the one at Avant Garner.
Oh yeah, that
with
was
Andrew
awesome.
Rael,
That
Ben
was a lot of
Nicky,
fun.
Alpha 9,
Yeah.
you guys, and Matt Bentley. So I don't know if that was the last show, but that was pretty much my last show pre-COVID.
Oh, that was so much fun.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. What's been some of the best festivals or shows that you guys have played?
I want to say even the last one, probably the Armory with Above and Beyond. That was actually a really, really sick time. That one, EDC. Actually, EDC this year was, I think, one of the most well-ran EDCs. Like
They were there.
We were watching you.
that was, honestly, like, Pascal, if you're listening, like, that was the most well-ran, like, EDC, like, that I've been to. And I was, like, really, like, this is nice. It's nice.
From the listener standpoint, we could agree.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Awesome.
So I have a fairly interesting personal question to ask you here. So, again, you release on all these labels. So Anjuna is very known for when artists release on their label, their cover art is the Anjuna logo.
Yeah.
However, Fatum
We
is
pushed for it. We pushed for it.
That's the story behind it. How does it?
I mean, we just ask them if it's right, then they do it. Then they understand that every artist still needs their their creativity and branding and stuff like that. But we try not to clash them. We just meet in the middle, basically. If they like it, great. If they don't, then we find something that we can meet in the middle with. Because we try to like if it's not a not like a I don't want to say like not a big track, but like if it's a track that we feel like it's that we I guess don't need an artwork for it, then we'll obviously use the Anjuna one, but yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Is there someone in particular that you guys would love to collaborate with in the future?
I would love to collab with Miramasa. That's what I'd like to collab with, actually. Even Flume would be sick. That's I think that's a personal thing. I can't speak for
And
Dan.
the others
I think,
might say something different, right?
Dan, I know he wants to Eric Prydz for sure. Eric Prydz, a bunch of the techno guys, actually Will Clark is actually really dope.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw him actually at Exchange last week, and he's actually really dope. So wouldn't mind even that either.
Very different, sounds and people, yeah.
But I that's the beauty of it. If you can mix it up, the bigger the bigger the mix up, I feel like the better the track. So
That'd be pretty cool. I'd like to see y'all with Prydz. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Stranded on a desert island.
Since we're here on Groove Cruise,
Cruise,
a bunch of random questions for you.
Stranded on a desert island right now, excluding food and water. What are 3 things that you would take?
My PC. Definitely. I guess I have to throw internet connection in there, right? Can that be with the PC?
Sure.
Gotta have that.
I will let you slide on with that one.
And you said no food or water.
Yeah, because that's already included. For whatever magical reason, that's included.
Only vegan food, though.
I'm
just kidding.
That's fine. And then toilet paper.
You just use the leaves.
Nice.
It's whatever.
Nice.
But what if it's just like one tree and that's it? I'm done. I'll stick to the toilet paper.
If you were stuck on an island with one person, who would you bring?
Ooh. Wait, that's too hard. That's too hard. Damn. Haley Steinfeld?
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. You know, it's probably on the top 10 too.
There you go.
Okay, if you were the captain, which we're all captains here, but let's say you're the captain, you're steering the ship, where would we be sailing to in this very moment? Anywhere in the world, and we can get there in 2 days.
Where are we going?
Where would we go? Yeah.
Japan.
Japan. Oh,
that was quick.
Japan.
Okay.
I love Japan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
me too.
that was so
I could
fast.
spend, like, forever there.
Is there an emotional attachment? Or is there a story behind it? Or
I went there as a so I had like an act, or I was used to do acting as a kid, and basically I got like one job that kind of like paid for my whole trip for Japan that I wanted to do, and so my mom, me went, and I just absolutely fell in love with it because I wanted to go see the Pokemon Center, I wanted to go check out Dragon Ball Z and all that stuff.
Were you in Tokyo?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
So
yeah.
I fell in love with it, but now I haven't been back since, so I'm just like eager to go, and I can only imagine how much better it's gotten. So
Yeah.
I love Japan. It's beautiful.
Yeah. So you said acting. So what did you think you were gonna be when you were a kid?
Honestly, I didn't know. I was just kind of going with the flow. My mom, introduced me to kind of everything. So she was just like, try this, and eventually I just kind of just went with what I liked, and eventually I was just like, I don't really feel like acting's the thing. Just did architecture. I went to architecture, graphic designing, and then during that time I was getting into music, and then I was like, I'm quitting everything and doing just music now. And my mom was like, all right, it's the last time, the last thing you can do, or you're going to get a real job. I'm like, okay. And, it worked out, so.
Was there moments that were challenging, like pursuing music?
Yes.
And what were those moments?
The biggest moment, I think, was actually when my first group ended. It was like, again, all the gigs stopped, like we were done. And I was just kind of like, okay, I don't know what I'm actually going to do right now, And actually, shout out to one of my best friends, he literally, I woke up one night, like I slept at his apartment or whatever, and he just had like a whole, my rent check basically, or in cash, like for me, and helped me out just to get by that 1 month that I needed. And ever since then, I've been fine after that. So it was like, absolutely shout out to him. So
Yeah.
that was like my biggest struggle,
lowest
I
of the
think,
lows. Yeah.
And then, and then Bad Rail happened, that whole trap thing, and went on with that, and everything's, been pretty great so far, so,
Yeah.
awesome to hear. Man, I went blank here for a second.
Okay.
You got me blank. I got me in the fields.
What's been the most rewarding thing about just pursuing music and everything you've done so far on this journey?
I mean, I gotta go back to, the Discord community that we've built, like I feel like that's the biggest rewarding thing that, that we could have imagined, like even back then we've had fans back then, but I feel like it's different right now. I feel like it's the actual, like, not just people that just know our name and are gonna come out to the show. It's like people that are like gonna come out, and just party with us, that's what we want, a family, so.
Yeah, that's amazing. So for your fans watching, what words do you have for them?
Let's keep partying.
Was that a question mark at the end?
They all want to party. They're downstairs right now. I want to go ahead and party a little bit more.
And for a lot of like aspiring artists that are out there, like, what advice do you have for them? Like, you obviously kind of went down many paths and pivots and all that to kind of get to where you are today. What advice do you have for them?
Honestly, like, really be interactive with everybody. I mean, every moment you can with a fan, like, be interactive. You know, even actually Tritonal's kind of the people that actually taught me this. They were like, literally, when we were first starting, they were commenting one person at a time, making sure that every single person knew that they were, involved in their, in their, upcoming and stuff like that. So just, be proactive about that and don't just, pretend like you're the hot shot or some shit. So,
yeah, that's good advice.
Yeah.
And what's something you are really grateful for in this moment?
Groove Cruise?
Who are you
The
looking forward to
buffet?
seeing? Who are you looking forward to seeing?
Gorgon City.
Okay.
I want to go see them. So,
Awesome.
Yeah, and I'd actually want to go meet them too. I don't know where they're at, so, but
Gorgon City, where you at?
I gotta go find them.
You have your set tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have multiple, yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
How much prep time do you do for the set here?
I mean, we kind of, I prepped it yesterday 2 days ago with Dan, and then today I just kind of actually made sure a couple hours ago, just everything was like good to go, and and then actually we have like a third set there. I think I'm just gonna like absolutely wing it. 'Cause, like, I'll put in the interview, but Nick from Cosmic Gate, we switched USB sticks by accident. He messaged me about it,
shit.
and I didn't actually. I replied and said, "Oh no, I don't have it." And then before the Groove Cruise, I actually popped open a USB. I'm like, "Oh shoot, I do have it." So I'm like, I've got this whole entire arsenal. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go and.
So you don't have yours. You don't have yours.
No, I have.
You do have yours.
Two of
Okay,
ours,
that's
and
good.
then I
Always
have
bring a
his
backup.
just in case. So I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
all right. Because I think we might do it back to back on the third night, so hopefully Nick doesn't get mad at me. But I'm probably gonna play some stuff
Fun.
if it's already
That was a
released.
very
If it's
Cosmic
released.
Gatey sound.
If it's released.
Awesome.
But
Okay, well, I mean, at Neon Owl, we do a lot around like giving back. We're all about charity, different causes. Is there a cause that's close to your heart, something that you feel like we should all maybe pay a little bit more attention to in this moment?
definitely mental awareness, for sure. Like that's like probably one of the biggest things. That especially what everyone's going through already. Probably the biggest contribution I think anybody could focus on.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. What are some practices, right, aside from Twitch, what are some practices that you do yourself to keep your mental health and mindset on the right track?
Honestly, when I was like trying to just growing up, I used to actually watch a lot of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I'm kid you not,
Interesting.
kid you not, you know what
I
I'm
know
talking
what you're
about, right?
talking about.
Yeah.
What's it called? Uncle Iroh. People will know Uncle Iroh is the most inspirational,
now
character.
I feel like I should watch it.
Honestly,
Like,
it's just.
I mean, I'm aware of it,
it's
but
it's super wholesome and like I don't know. I feel like that's just it's something calming, for me. So I still rewatch it, as I grow up. Probably one of the most. Yeah.
Awesome.
So.
All right, so 2022, this is going to be the best year ever. What can we expect from you guys?
A buttload of new music.
Yes.
A lot. So, yeah.
All right, well, stay tuned. You heard it here first on Neon Owl. Thank you so much for sitting down with us. We can't wait to see your multiple sets on the cruise.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.